Hello, welcome to this cold start video of the 1972 Jensen Interceptor SP. Just reaching down now, I can confirm the engine hasn't been run at all today. It's stone cold. Hello, welcome to the on-the-road video for the 1972 Jensen Interceptor SP. We're starting in the town today, however we should be heading out into the countryside, so we'll get to push it a little bit and get the speed up as well. As always, just bring it down to the dashboard here. As you can see, we're about 13-14 volts on the charging, quarter tank of fuel, got really good oil pressure here. I noticed this on the cold start as well, the oil pressure comes up nicely and it sits beautifully there. Temperature slowly starting to come up, and then just further to the right, all our gauges are doing what they should be. Both the tachometer, we're doing about 20 mile an hour. And then just down to the centre here, it's got all the usual switches, it's got a Pioneer head unit, obviously not of 70s age, but very, very close really. And just looking at the dashboard here, does all the electrics in the car work as they should?
I don't think I've ever tried the stereo, if I'm really honest. Yep. I'd rather hear the engine. The air conditioning doesn't work, although we spent some money on it a year or two ago, put a new condenser in and some new pipes, because they're the first things to fail, and it stayed charged for a while. It obviously needs a little bit more money throwing at it, so that doesn't work. I'm honestly not sure if the aerial works. Never tried it. Yeah. I'm honestly not sure if the demister works. I've never driven the car in bad weather to worry about it. I don't know if the fog light works. Okay. And you've got two sets of horns. I know that the main horn works. Obviously, the car's just been MOT'd. So, from the point of view of the mandatory MOT stuff, then all of that does work. Yeah. So it's a question of not having used it in the weather that tests all the rest of it. Yeah. And not really being too worried about the sound system. So, that's it. Yeah. Okay, cool. And obviously we've got a automatic gearbox here mounted behind there. I'm trying to remember what size engine this is. This the 7? This is a 440. The 440. 7.2 litres. 7.2 litres. Yeah. Can I just talk? I'll just talk about the engine a little bit, if you like, because it's special. So the car, being an SP, has a uprated drivetrain in its completeness. So that's the engine. And when I say it's uprated, it would have been running on a 6 carburetors when it was manufactured. Plus it has a series of strengthening elements in it. I think it's got a hardened or a upgraded crankshaft and various other elements in it. And so does the gearbox and so does the rear axle. So they're not the standard. They were unique to this, the SP series of Jensen.
That's right. Yeah, and I'm noticing the gear changes are they're sort of quite crisp.
Yeah,
they're noticeable in this.
Yeah, it depends an awful lot on your position of the throttle. You know, if you're accelerating a little bit more positively, the gear changes can be better. If you're sort of very relaxed, like now, it's about to change gear. It is a little bit more obvious. Whereas if you put your foot down a little bit more, it tends to be a bit more harmonious change, put it that way. The gearbox works properly. Maybe it isn't quite as smooth on change as it was when it was new. But the pickup and the pull away and everything else is really pretty good. Because about a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, we fitted an Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor to it and a Edelbrock intake manifold, an aluminium intake manifold, which has all now been nicely set up so the car works correctly on cold choke. You know, it's got an automatic choke. It starts and runs and does everything that it should do as you want it to, and kicks down properly. It's a better setup than the original would have been. Everybody tells you that. Plus you save quite a lot of weight as well. And it's all new, which is good.
Yeah, and I noticed out in the cold start, it literally just, you fired it up and it just idles straight away. No problem.
Yeah, these cars, because they've got mechanical fuel pumps on them, or they did as original, and this one still does. Because of that, if the car's been sitting for maybe a month or two, 6 weeks, something like that, what can happen is that the fuel, you need to turn the engine over for quite a few turns because you need to pull fuel from the fuel line into the carburetor and refill the bowl. But when you've been using it regularly, as you said, you get in the car, you press the accelerator twice, which sends fuel from the accelerator jets, and the car fires instantly. So pretty good. First time you touch the accelerator, push the second choke, and then you put a bit more fuel in, and it fires straight away. So
that's it.
Battery's new. I'd say again about a year ago, maybe 18 months. Battery was replaced, as was the alternator. And in the not too distant past, all the cooling fans have been refurbished, and a new sender unit, and so on and so forth. So actually, it's pretty robust. The fans cut in and out when they should.